Hello, my name is Ted Kulakevich and this is Ted K Studio. Today I want to show you the basics of Figma Variants, how you can use them in your designs, and how to speed up the process. So let's just jump right into it. Since this is the basic series, I'm not going to get too deep into variants. They can become very complex, but for today's purpose, let's just keep it simple. We're going to start with the toggle first. So if you ever have an instance where you only have two components, for example, these toggles, toggle and toggle 2, what you can do is just make this a component set and quickly switch between the two variants with one button. So to start off, I'm going to select both of them. I'm going to go to the top where it has the 4 little squares, and I'm going to click Create Component Set. Now that I have a component set, it's important to name it so I can find it later in the components library search. Now that I created and named my component, what I'm going to do is actually make the variants work. So when we have only two, we can do a status or style on and off. So what I'm going to do for toggle number 1, I'm going to name it style equals off. I'm going to copy that, paste it on the other one, and do style equals on. So now this is named style equals off, style equals on. We have two variants, and now if I drag this out and I look on the right, we have toggle as a component, we have the name or the attribute on the left, and then we have the toggle on the right. So now when I click the toggle on off, I can easily and quickly switch between both variants. So now that we know the most basic form of variants, the toggle, let's move on to something a little bit more complex. What if we have more than two variants? Well, I'm glad you asked. So what I'm going to do is the same process. I'm going to select all the variants that I want to create. I'm going to go to the top and select Create Component Set. Once I've done that, I'm going to name my variants again. So these will name notifications. And now I'm going to click on the first one and I'm going to write notification equals warning. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to change notification equals, let's say, delete. And then notification equals check. So now I've named them individually. And when I drag this out, now I have the option of a drop-down list where I can select which variant I want to look at, and the attributes on the left again, the list is on the right. And the last thing I want to show you in this basic series is how to set up multiple toggles for one variant. So over here we have an outline, an email icon, and the text. And what I want to do is just turn things on and off as I wish with just a toggle switch. So what I'm going to do is copy this. I'm going to create the component set, and then let's just name this multiple toggles. And now I have these two, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name all the individual elements that I want to turn on or off in the future. So let's start with the outline. I'm going to write outline equals true, comma, space. Icon equals true, comma, space. Text equals true. So now I've told Figma that I have an outline, an icon, and text, and they're all true. And this will be our starting point. So now I'm going to select this naming and I'm going to paste it onto the variant below. However, I'm going to remove the text and I'm going to create a toggle to turn that on and off. So now I'm going to select this secondary one and I'm going to find where it says text and I'm going to change it from true to false. Now when I drag it out, I can turn this on and off. True, false. So we want to also add the ability to just turn off the email and keep the text. So again, what I'm going to do is create this variant and I'm going to go into the naming. I'm going to select the icon and I'm going to change it to false. And then I'm going to hide the icon. Now when I drag this out, I can turn on the icon and the text as well, on and off. So turned off the icon, turned on the icon. Turned off the text, turned on. And now see how it doesn't let me to remove the text and the icon because I don't have a variant that doesn't have either of those. So again, I'm going to duplicate this again. I'm going to hide the text and I'm going to find text and I'm going to change it to false. And now I have the ability, since I have each variant created, I have the ability to turn on the icon, turn it off, turn on the text and turn it off. And then I can turn both of them off. And you can just keep doing this and creating more and more variants. That way you're using toggles and these quick changes in your designs instead of creating new variants along the way. If you enjoyed that video and you felt like you learned something, please drop a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you want me to create another tutorial of something basic in Figma that you want to learn. And until next time, cheers.